Hi, I'm Walter Borgen, the trainer and broker for RE/MAX Signature in the Daytona Beach area. This is one of my quick training videos that I hope will make your real estate business a little bit easier. So please take a few minutes to watch, share, comment, and let me know what you think.
Hey, this is Walter Borgen with RE/MAX Signature, and we just recently had our servicing a listing class, and so I wanted to take a second to show you one of the tools that everybody finds very helpful to stay in communication about market trends and pricing with your sellers. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the MLS, and we're going to edit a search, and we're going to look for the last 14 days activity. So in the last 14 days, we'll find out what new active listings came on the market, what pending listings came on the market, what sold, and if there were any expireds or anything like that. So then we'll be able to communicate that with the seller and have a nice, simple, easy format. So one of the things we do is first you're going to come over here and you're going to do a search. So you'll have to log into the MLS and you'll have to go to the quick search. Pick your search, and we're going to put some basic criteria in there. For this listing was in the Water's Edge subdivision, and so what I've done here is I've pre-filled in some of this stuff to make it go a little faster. But we selected all of the fields here, all of the statuses for each listing, and we just went back. We clicked on this little arrow button here. You see that? Take this little arrow. That allows you to switch back and forth between an actual date and number of days. So we said we want to look 14 days back. So since the last time we spoke to the seller about the pricing in the neighborhood and what's going on, we wanted to take a look and see what was there. So after that, we scrolled down a little further and we just picked the whole subdivision. We wanted to see the activity that was there. Now, if you're looking at something that's not a big subdivision like Water's Edge, you may want to go ahead and predetermine a search based on some square footage, based off of similar characteristics, or whatever. But what we wanted to do here is just kind of get an idea what's happened in the neighborhood since the last time we've talked. What's the new competition out there, the people that just put their homes on the market that we're competing with? What are the homes out there that have gone under contract, and whether they're active contingent or pending or just contingent? What actually got an offer together? And then the third one is what's closed, what's successfully closed. These sellers reached their goals and were able to get a contract and close. And so maybe those prices will help us determine if we're in the right ballpark still, or if we're going to have any appraisal issues or anything else. And then the last one is going to be expired or canceled listings. And this will help us give an idea of people who failed to sell or given up on the market, and they took their property off of the market for either indefinitely or for just a short time. So we want to look at all of those. So we selected all of those things, and that's it. I pretty much just put that amount in. Now with the listings, I did go select the list date, because if you notice here, this does not give you active listings. You can't go back 14 days. So I did go in there and I manually selected the listings that were active that came on in the last 14 days. So what that gave us was 9 results. So with this 9 results, we're going to click the list form. Now when we click the list tab here, I want you to do 2 things. One, you should all have access to a custom view that we've created for you. This custom view is called CMA Single Family Sold Summary, basically. And you get there by clicking this little box. See that right over here? You're going to click that box, and there's all the different views. The default is going to be the residential view. That's the default that FLEX MLS created, or our board created, somebody, I'm not really sure who. And we've created these other views here and shared them with you. So if for some reason you don't have a shared view, just let us know and we'll make sure it gets reshared. Sometimes there's a problem with sharing it, but most of you should have the access to that. So once we've created the shared view, we'll see that this puts it in a nice format to compare the most critical parts of value in a property. We have the bedrooms and baths, we have the year built, we have the square footage, we have the lot size, the original price, the price per square foot, the days on market. If you scroll over, we can even trend the commissions and see what commissions were being offered out there. And we can tell if it was an REO, bank owned, or anything else like that. So there's a lot of great information that's in there on the chart. Now, what I did here is I kind of sorted them by status, only because I wanted to see how many were each. So there's only been 1 new active listing that's came out in the last 2 weeks, and that one came out at $278,000 without a pool. It's 2,100 square feet. So That's a little comparable to one of the properties that we're looking at. Now, we also see down here that we had a couple things go active contingent or contingent. There's nothing that's marked pending at the moment, but there's active contingent or contingent. So we can see 4 things caused somebody to make an offer. Now, what we look here is we can look over here at the list date and how many days on the market to see how quickly that happened for these people. And we can determine what price per square foot range they were in, or what price or whatever that may have helped assist with making that happen. Now, the last thing is we can see what's closed in the neighborhood, because what's closing is also telling us what got through the appraisal, what got through the inspections, and got through everything else to finally get to that closing. And then now that price becomes public information, and we can use that price to really see where we are. So we're able to see these are the properties that closed within that time frame. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties that closed within the last 2 weeks. That's a good bit of properties to close in such a short period of time, and there should be a lot of great data for us there. Now, we can take some time to go through these and analyze that and come up with the ideas that we need to be able to talk to the seller about them. That's something we go over in the class. We go over regularly in one-on-ones or in our training classes. So I'm not going to spend the time to do that here or now, but I want to show you the step of how to create that one-line CMA, because people like this nice, simple, easy-to-use form to go sit and meet with a seller or email it over to a seller when they're having their conversation. So what you do here is up on the top, okay, you see right above our tabs, see these tabs, there's going to be a line that says CMA. So everybody see that. It says CMA right there. You're going to click that. Create CMA. Now go slow if you've been here before, because sometimes people jump ahead and they pick the wrong button. We're going to do what's called a one-line CMA, and right underneath it we're going to click the little hyperlink for one-line CMA. We're not going to click download the PDF. We're not going to click use selected. We're not going to click anything at the moment other than one-line CMA. That's already going to take everything here that's selected. So we'll click one-line CMA, and it's going to put them together in a nice, easy format based on statuses and give us some information that may make it easy to convey to the seller. So as you see, here's our active, here's our contingent, here's our active contingent, and here's our closed properties with average prices, minimum prices, and so on, average square foot, living area, and everything else. So this information here is the activity that's happened in this community in the last 10 days, and it just allows me to give them an update on what we're competing against and what's actually closed out there. So anyway, I thought this was a great tool. Everybody loves it when they see it in the class, along with the other tools and little tips and tricks that we teach in that class. So I wanted to do a quick video just to show you guys how to do this step by step, in case you forget out of the class, or if there hasn't been an opportunity for one of the servicing a listing classes to come up in the last few weeks, and you're new to the office and you wanted the opportunity to take this training. Anyway, I hope you find that useful, and I hope you have a great day, and look forward to talking to you soon.